All right. So today, last week we discussed the skeleton of discuss essay. And today we are going to learn how to write the skeleton of an opinion essay in which you cannot go one-sided. Like the ideas will remain all the same as in the discuss essay, but the skeleton will be different. And if you learn this skeleton, you can get that essay in the discuss essay format. You will know how to handle it because last week I taught that. And this week I'm going to teach how to handle an opinion essay, which is an advantages more than the disadvantages essay. So there is a similarity between this type of opinion essay and the discuss essay. Can any one of you tell me the similarity which is there in this type of opinion essay and the discuss essay? Let me see how much you've understood what I have taught so far. No replies. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So, see, in a discuss essay, there are two sets of people saying two different things, right? That much is clear? Well, if I don't know whether what I'm teaching is you are getting it, then I don't know whether I should move forward. What is a discuss essay?
Where we discussed about two opinions.
Yes, about two opinions of two different sets of people, right? So you have to have ideas for both sides. You have to write both viewpoints, right? Supposing one person, one set of people says chocolate is good for health, you have to write in your essay why those people say chocolate is good for health, and then in the other essay, other paragraph, you have to write why some other people say chocolate is bad for health, right? So you have to write both sides in the discuss essay. Similarly, in this type of opinion essay, because they're asking you, do you think the advantages of teaching something is more than the disadvantages? So in a way, they are saying that there are both advantages and disadvantages. What they're asking you is what is more. So in this type of essay, also you write both sides. Okay. So this is the similarity between the advantages, disadvantages, and the discuss essay. Now, is it clear or not yet clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
last week I taught you in detail the writing of the skeleton of the discuss essay, right? And I hope you all watched my videos and attempted that discuss essay the way I had taught
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
All right. Now, this week we are going to do advantages, disadvantages because it is similar in that sense that you have to write both sides, and it is also dissimilar because in this type of essay, the one we are going to do today, we are not going to write why some people say this and why other people say that, because whatever is there is your opinion. Okay, they have given you a fact, and below the fact they are asking you whether the plus points of this are more or the minus points are more. Now if you say the plus are more, you are still going to write both sides, but you are going to write more on the positives and less on the negatives. If you say negatives are more, you are still going to write both sides, and you are going to write negatives are more and positives are less, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So here, this is the first essay I discussed. This essay actually week 10 days back. So I'll be touching on the introduction, writing of this advantages, disadvantages essay. I'll be teaching from this essay, which is there in front of you. Some people think that we should invent a new language for international communication. So what is the meaning of inventing a new language for international communication?
Introduce.
No, what does it mean? Like, uh, the main essay, the basic structure of this essay is that if there was one international language and that international language was not the language that is presently existing in the world, that is a new invention, a new language altogether. You know one thing, that language and culture are interlinked with each other. Is this much known to you? Language and culture are interlinked with each other. Is that much clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
language and culture are interlinked with each other, then if supposing we invent a new language, will it be linked with any culture? If we invent a new language, will it be linked with any culture?
Yes, ma'am.
Which culture?
Global culture.
No, there's no such thing like language. See, when there's early civilization came, the people started communicating with each other. They developed a language to communicate with each other. Now, if one language is developed new, which is not there anywhere in the world so far, which is totally a new language, will it be related to any culture?
No, ma'am.
No, it will not.
No.
It will not be related to any culture. So the basic thing is that the question says that if we invent a new language for international communication, will the benefits of this be more than the drawbacks? So you have to write, what do you think will be more, benefits of a new international language or the drawbacks, invented language?
Drawbacks.
Drawbacks will be more. Okay. So we'll first discuss the points. Then I will teach you how to write the skeleton of the advantages. You know, this benefits of this outweigh the problems is advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages. Same words are there, actually same meaning, right? Don't get confused. Ki advantage, disadvantage to hai nahi isme word. Don't get confused. Are you clear that this is the same essay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, first we'll do the points of this essay, ideas. What will be the advantage of a new invented language? I've told you the advantage indirectly. I've told you that new language will not be related to any culture. So there will be no fights among different people. Otherwise, what will happen? The English speakers will say, make English the global language. It is spoken widely. China people will say it is the most commonly spoken language. Many people speak this language, Chinese, because China की population ही बहुत ज़्यादा. So Chinese को कहेंगे, Chinese को बनाओ, ऐसे France वाले बोलेंगे इतनी ज़्यादा French बोली जाती है in many parts of Canada. It is spoken in many parts of UK. ये French को बनाया जाए, France में कब spoken है तो French को बनाया जाए. There will be no fights if there is one new invented language, right? So this is a plus point. Is the plus point clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So there'll be no fights among nations who want their language to be the international language, because there will be no any pre-existing language which is based on any culture. So this will be the plus point. But apart from that, there are all the drawbacks. Now, first drawback of inventing a new language. See, the first drawback is it will be very difficult to spread it all over the globe. It will take 100 years at least. And then you can go on to say that just in a country like India, there are more than 700 languages which are spoken. And yet, no one language has been, in which the whole India speaks that one language. We say Hindi is the national language, but you go to the south, many people don't know Hindi. So if one language cannot be spread over the whole country, India, how do we expect one language to be spread all over the world? It will take too much time. So that will be first drawback. Is the point clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then second point, you can say that it will be much easier for any pre-existing language like English to be made the global language, because it is already spoken in 86 countries and English has many borrowed words from other languages. So many people feel a bond with English and they like to learn it. So English, then you can say instead of inventing a new language, one pre-existing language which is spoken all over the world can be a better alternative. Okay, to have one international language. So this will be basically it's the first point only that it will take too much time, and already a pre-existing language will take much less time to spread. Okay, so that will be the one first drawback. This will be just expansion of that. Any other drawback which is coming to your mind of having one international language? Inventing a new international language.
No one will feel connected to that language because it is new to everyone.
Yes, there'll be no connection because it will not be touching any culture or identity. So that is a very good point. No one will feel connected to that language. Yes, that's a good point to put. And you can also say it would be very costly to spread because first there would be those people would have to be trained. Okay, then those people would go out and spread this language and train many other people to train further. And then this will take lots and lots of expenses on the part of the governments because obviously if you have to spread one language, no private company will come forward to do that. It is only going to be through the government budget, right? So it will be very expensive. It will be very time consuming. These are the two drawbacks. With these 3 points, you can make a whole essay. Is that clear? The whole essay can be made with just 3 points.
So we have to make 2 paragraphs for that, one for benefits and one for problems.
Yes, and the one which you are writing less, like you are saying, the benefits of inventing are less now. So you can begin the first paragraph. You can start it with the word admittedly. Admittedly, there will be some benefits, okay, of of inventing a new language for international communication. Okay.
Okay.
Then the one important point is that if there is any one language in the whole world, there will be no bonding wala jo point tha na, usme you can also say that there will be loss of cultural diversity. We have a lot of cultural diversity because there are so many cultures, there are so many languages, that diversity will be lost. The world will become a dull place. Okay, it will become a dull place. Okay. And advantage, if one invented language is there, the advantage would also be that communication and spread of business would be faster because everybody would know that language and would be speaking that language. So people can do trade with any person in any part of the world without any language barrier to stop them. Now that we have the points, okay. So what will be the essay like? How will you write the skeleton? So you will there's a two sentence intro method that we advocate. So some people think that we should invent a new language for international communication. Some people think kar do, it is believed by some. Invention and discovery. What is the difference?
Invention is making new things, and discovery is the finding the things which is already existing.
It is believed by some that a new language should be invented for global communication. All right. Now the second sentence will be your thesis statement. While there would be some advantages of a single artificial language spoken throughout the world the disadvantages would be far more. Is the introduction clear? Let me know from you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then you'll, after this, then whatever you said is less. So what is less in this essay? In this case, the advantages or the disadvantages?
Advantages.
Advantages. Okay. Admittedly, there would be some advantages आप लोग, you are not giving me any input. Admittedly, there would be some advantages of having one global language which would not be related to any culture. Then you can say the main advantage would be, or firstly, and then you'll do the points and you can begin writing. Okay. Only one advantage is there. That is why I've twisted it like that. The main advantage would be, and you have to expand on that point. Then the second para, how will you begin? However, so what would you like to say now? Let me hear from you. However, the far more. Okay. To begin with, comma, then you have to write the points. Okay. So this is then you have to write the conclusion to sum up. And then in the conclusion, you have to write the same thing which you wrote here while. Okay. Now, exactly same. If you will write, it will not be a good thing. So you have to change the wording a bit. So in place of while, you can put although. Okay? There. Some positives of having a new global So supersede word you can write would be more than them, would outweigh them. Now I have written the same thing. Is it feeling like dittoing the same sentence, or does it have a difference even if it is conveying the same thing? This sentence and this sentence, can you compare and tell me whether they are conveying the same thing in different wording?
Same thing in different words.
Yes. So that's fine. And then you have to write the this is it. This is the skeleton. Then if you feel like you write a few words more in this para and this para you make, your total word will go around 280, 270, 280 to 300 words. You can make this nice essay. These words are, I don't know how many words these are. Okay, so sometimes the word count comes here, right here, and sometimes I can't see it. I don't know what the matter is. Is it some other layout that a word count comes? Anyways, so this should be around 100 words, if I'm not mistaken, right? So this is how you write the skeleton of an advantages, disadvantages essay. Now see what I had to teach you. I've taught you here. Now what I can do is that all of you who are there present in the class, you note down the next essay, okay, and make a skeleton of that, okay. This third, you can all make skeleton of any one essay that you know. Please don't write the whole essay, just the skeleton, okay. And I'll be checking it. You can send it to me personally, okay. Just send me the skeleton. Is that okay with all of you? Because it is going to be on these lines only. Now that I've taught you very simply and slowly, I think it should not be a problem. In the discuss essay, how we wrote that, on the one hand, there are many reasons why some people say that one global language would be having one global language, a new invented global language would be good. Okay. On the other hand, there are many reasons why other people say that it would not be a good idea to have one international invented global language, right? So that is how that is a difference in the discuss essay and the opinion essay, which is an advantages, disadvantages essay. Now let me know now how many of you want to attempt this skeleton and get it checked. You can send it to me personally, okay? So that would be it. I'm concluding the class because I'll be doing this work later on when you send me the conclusion. When you send me the skeleton. Is that okay with all of you? And Indrup will be taking his class at 6. And you can all attend the reading class at 6 p.m. I'm not getting any response. I don't know whether anyone is there in the class or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you okay with sending me the skeleton of any one of these 3 essays? You
Yes,
can
ma'am.
click a screenshot. I'm not sharing this. It's only for those who are attending the class.
Done, ma'am.
Other students?
Yeah, done, ma'am.
All right then. Fine. Then I'll wait for your inputs and I'll be checking it. If I don't get time today, by morning I'll check them all. Okay? See you all
Okay,
then.
ma'am.
And 6 p.m. will be your reading class.